It's Pelo. Hello. It's Pelo. We're talking about all things that have to do with heart matters, psychology, and everything. We're not psychologists, by the way. But she likes to pretend like she is. Oh, she needs one as well. So she says. It's not me. That's what she said. So this is sort of my producer. Hi, producer.
Hi, baby.
Hello. And so we're talking about stress, especially because now we're in the festive season. A lot of people have a lot of stress around this time of the year. People have a lot of anxiety, do you have any kind of anxiety during this time of the year, or are you just cruising nicely?
Where do I start?
At the very beginning.
The stress is actually, it comes from the checklist that I always make. And when it's this time of the year, and given the checklist is not even halfway, that's where the stress comes in, the self-doubt, the panic attacks, that's when you start worrying about it. And like, what have I been doing? What am I doing with my life? What's the core of my existence? Those frantic questions that we ask ourselves this time of the year. So that's where, for me, the stress comes in a lot. Okay. At the beginning of the year, I promised myself by the first quarter of the year, I should have at least done 1, 2, 3, second day, 4, 5, 6. If it's a mess, and on and on and on. But on a serious note, it's all about, for me, it comes in when I look back at the checklist and say, dude, you set yourself goals.
By the checklist, you're referring to the resolutions that you put.
I don't like calling them resolutions.
Your goals.
Yes.
Then you put it.
Yeah, I think goals. Short term and long term goals.
Yes. So at the beginning of every year, you set up goals for yourself, and then you go through them throughout the entire year. You hope that you reach them. Something happens or something doesn't happen.
The delays.
That's where your anxiety comes from.
That's where my anxiety comes from, and it peaks this time of the year.
Because now we're reflecting.
Exactly.
Most of us are doing a lot of reflection at this time of the year. Yeah.
And yourself?
I don't.
When? Oh, can I?
Because I'm anxious throughout the whole year. I'm anxious throughout the whole year. I mean, here's the thing. I'm a scatterbrain, right? So I've got a lot of things that is happening in my mind. I want to do this, that, and the other. And I think every single month, honestly, like I get I'm not an anxiety attack kind of person or anything like that. But I do reflect, and I'm like, we could have done better. Maybe next month we should do better. So for me, it's not really the build up to this month. I think it's something that just comes randomly when I just reflect. Because I am an introvert as well, so I do a lot of reflection. So I don't have that anxiety during this time of the year, honestly. Like, I can because it's from January up until now. And I know what I need to fix every year. I know my best moments. I know in terms of the year.
What do you need to improve on?
Yes. And I know usually the first half of the year, I focus on my planning, and the last half of the year I focus mainly on my implementation and stuff like that. It works better for me like that. So if it doesn't happen, I say, well, girl, you could have done better, but you did it. What is wrong with you? And what I do is that I'm like, okay, let's take it again to the following year and try again. I don't have that, right? I've learned not to be too hard on myself, especially when it comes to the goals, careers and stuff like that. Because some of those things are not really within our control. So what I try and do is to set personal goals, like just my own personal, improvements, on my character and stuff like that. And I try and get better with that. So that's the only time I put a lot of pressure on myself, is when I'm trying to better myself. If somebody responds to me in a certain way, it's how I respond to them that will determine whether I am succeeding at my goal or not. You know what I mean? So it's not even a career thing or anything like that. I have those goals and I want those things, but I don't put too much pressure on myself, because life is just ebb and flow. And receiver. You must give.
You must let go.
Yeah, and let go.
But for me, I think the anxiety becomes worse when it's personal goals. when I feel no, like that's where the stress comes in, when it's personal goals and and like things are not going my way. I need another way. Take another route. Take detour, short left, or whatever you may call it, after robot. Or for me to get to.
Yeah,
See what I have to do. But it gets horrible after. I'm not getting to that end. I need to get to that end.
Yeah.
For me, personal goals are the ones that worry me a lot. As much as sometimes things do happen rather, are not in my control. But hey,
it's frustrating.
It is so frustrating because even though and I think for most of us it comes back to the fact that even though we know it's beyond our control, but it lies here, like it's just here in the back of your head, your subconscious. You're not doing enough. When are you gonna get this done?
And there's a lot of pressure out there. When you're seeing people, grow or whatever, you feel like, oh, what am I doing with my life? That question that does seep in every now and then.
And you get to that stage where you look at yourself, you do like a peer review type of situation. You assess and like, so especially like when you have to do a peer review type of situation, it becomes so. Can I take Rory? I'm not taking it. I'm just declining it.
It's me. Call me.
When you do that peer review, guys my age are doing this, guys my age are doing that. Of course, botshelo would be boring. Life wouldn't be as exciting as it is. But at the back of our mind, you're like, ish, it's a subtle pressure.
Okay. I don't have that. Never.
Decline.
In terms of pressure from, I feel like everybody has their own paths and their own ways of doing things, and life opens up to us in different ways and at different times. So up here, I don't have it. But let's talk about family. Family and pressure from family, especially for those who maybe are coming from a different city. You're not living with your family. You're coming from a different city. Now you come back home and there's all these expectations because you're not living with them, so they don't see your everyday struggles, right? Have you ever been in such a situation where at some point where you were living far from home and having to come back home
Plastic.
and if it's a bit of a disappointment, or I feel like I shouldn't be going home because I have nothing to offer. That pressure?
Yes, I've struggled with that, and I think for me as well, I'm a giver. I give. It's within me. Like, I struggled with it, especially when you came back, not even for holidays, but funerals, weddings and stuff. You get people looking at you like, oh, so unna Gauteng. Life must be fun.
It must be, exactly.
Life must be fun there. Plus how na
So you must have massive savings.
Before
fast. I can disappear.
But before
Wow.
So that is there, and we take it lightly on how it impacts one's mental health, because you will try by every means. You look a certain way. It shows it shows you must look a certain way. You become under pressure to but at that time when so it happens. How have you dealt with that?
I haven't had that kind of pressure because that's part of the reason why. Because I've been close to home, so I haven't really been away from home. But I can imagine it, and I understand it 100% because that in itself creates a lot of anxiety, and I can see the expectations that people will have, especially if you're also working a certain career.
Yes.
For a certain career, you're expected to succeed, or you're expected to have succeeded to the point where now you must start to plow back. Meanwhile, you are still building yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I understand that pressure. I completely, because I've seen it happen to a lot of people around me who have that pressure. Okay, now I need to go home. Oh my gosh, should I go home or not? Because this year was not the greatest of years. I'd rather just stay here, and then just get them on for the holidays. Then I get I'm working throughout the festive season, and then I'm unable to come. I've heard a lot of people just
but even with
resort to that.
You'll find in some families as well.
Yeah.
Look, I'm unable to come through this December. Maybe Easter. They'll still go like, "Hey, cold drink." Also see you.
And cold drink as a favorite, cold drink is anything, so.
Cold drink is
Imagine. And do you have any stress, especially because we are working in an industry, a specific industry that is quite unique in the way in which it operates. So the festive season, we are working. Most of us are still working during the festive season, and we don't have the time to go and see our friends and family, even if you have because you're constantly working. Has that, also maybe happened to you where you're feeling some sort of anxiety around that, the fact that now you can't be with the people that you love, instead you have to place yourself in a position where you are kind of providing?
Not necessarily. I think I've been fortunate to be surrounded by people who knew the nature of the beast. So they understood. Okay, no, you're not working. Yeah, plus your working hours are the ordinary.
Yeah, sometimes you're working, sometimes you're not working.
You can be with us. I've been in that position where they understood the nature of the beast. Nice. Because they know,
yeah. And again,
you know what I mean. We'll start again in January.
Every year.
We
start again every year. Oh, but it's rough.
But I've been fortunate enough to be with people who understood my type of work, my line of work, my shifts. Or there are days where I'll just work for 2 hours and then I'll be done for the day. And there are days where I'll have to pull in an all-nighter and work for 7 hours. That's a normal work day. But
for you, it's not.
For me, it's not. You understand? And work for over 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and on your side?
Yeah, man. I think because I also come from a 9-to-5 environment where where December was December, and I would take some time off during December and just relax with family and all of that. So it's a bit of a shift when it comes to that. Yes, throughout the year, obviously there are times where you are available. But yeah, it's just that mental shift that needs to happen. Okay, we are here in December, we are working. And it should be okay, right? Because at least we're not working long hours, but we are working nonetheless, which means we are still far away from family. So yeah, to a certain extent, yeah, like I just need to wrap your head around it, let it sink in. Yeah,
align it.
And yeah, I needed to.
What do they call those things? When a knot is a boat, your screw is not aligned, and then they put on those thingies, and then they like and then even na street.
Spanner,
Some, but Babayan Spanner,
Yeah.
those type of things. Oh yeah.
Somewhere there.
Okay, we love digressing. Urusing is gonna kill us.
So, yeah, I need to use that to
Yeah,
get myself
that's what I
alive.
wanted to say. Yeah, you need to. Oh,
No, honestly.
but for me, is festive season also comes with greater understanding. People around you understanding gore o etsa eng, and also being. Ba tlhaloganya gore not every year is gonna be the same.
True.
Especially our families,
Very true.
extended families.
Yes.
Or not every year is gonna be the same. They're gonna come great years, and then they're gonna come
Not
years
so
where
great
like,
years.
you know, kona le 7 years ya khora, na le 7 years ya tlala.
Yeah.
You know, we're not saying gore ke tlala tlala, but you know, so le bona tshwantse ba tlhaloganye, and sometimes le rona we mislead our families pelo. Re sa ba bolelle gore bona this year 1 2 3 1 2 3 happened, so please do not expect too much. I think communication is the way to go.
That's right.
Yeah, but don't goela di scam be bathe. We move.
As long as they know what is happening. And then it is what it is, it's your reality. So 2025 is around the corner. January is coming, February, March, April, May, we're going to do the whole countdown again. 2025 is coming. You know, in terms of some of the things and lessons that you have learned this year, the year 2024, what is it that you're carrying with you in terms of lessons learned for the year 2025? And also in terms of anxiety and everything else that you have learned about yourself for the year 2024. What are we saying? What are we stepping into the year 2025 with that is beautiful about who Rego is?
As much as I plan, God decides. So if it's out of my control,
It is what it is.
I just showed my age, guys.
It is what it
don't kill
is.
me. Gen Z, don't kill me.
Yeah. No, I
Right now,
guys, we need to prioritize ourselves. We need to love ourselves. We need to show each other appreciation as well. I mean, it's been a hectic year, but a beautiful year. Not anything that is just one-sided. There's two sides to a coin in everything that we do, and it's just about appreciating your the people that you work with, and also appreciating yourself and saying, "I thank me for doing it for me."
Well, do this.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because if there's nobody who does this for you, you must do it yourself. You know, you must do it yourself. So, this is to all of you who are watching. I just want to say Happy New Year to you. May you be blessed. May you be filled with a lot of joy. May your joy overflow to the next person and the next and the next. May you find comfort, you know, may you be confident for the next coming year. May you succeed at everything that you want to do. May you get it all right? We want it all. You want it all. You're a girl. We all want it all, so let's get it all.
Aramasedi alerise molemo o sa feleng. Blessed holidays. Happy New Year.
Hallelujah.